December 2025 did not deliver a single defining global crisis. Instead, it revealed something more complex and more troubling. A world increasingly shaped by multiple overlapping international crises, many unfolding far from constant media attention, yet carrying profound consequences for global stability. Conflicts intensified quietly. Security threats evolved without clear borders. Diplomatic maneuvers hinted at fragile openings and looming failures. This documentary brings together the most significant international crises of December 2025, not as isolated news briefs, but as interconnected forces shaping geopolitics, migration, and security. Because what happens at the margins today often defines the center tomorrow. December is often seen as a pause, a month of reflection, but in global affairs, December 2025 was anything but quiet. While headlines focused on major powers, a series of region-specific developments unfolded simultaneously, each with the potential to reshape alliances, displace populations, or escalate violence in 2026. These were not isolated incidents. They were signals. Signals of stress in fragile states, signals of power shifts in contested regions, signals of unresolved conflicts moving into more dangerous phases. Understanding these developments requires stepping back, seeing the global picture rather than isolated events. Many of December 2025's most serious conflicts unfolded away from constant global media attention. In several regions, fighting intensified without triggering immediate international response. Localized clashes expanded, ceasefires frayed, militia activity increased in politically fragile states. These conflicts share common characteristics: weak governance, external influence, civilian populations caught in prolonged instability. What makes these conflicts particularly dangerous is their tendency to internationalize. Refugees cross borders, arms flow through informal networks, neighboring states become involved, directly or indirectly. History shows that many global crises begin quietly. Security threats in December 2025 were not limited to conventional warfare. They increasingly took hybrid forms: cyber operations targeting infrastructure, weaponized misinformation, non-state armed groups exploiting instability. Traditional defense models are struggling to keep pace. States face threats that are deniable, decentralized, and difficult to attribute. Conflict and insecurity inevitably produce migration. December 2025 saw continued displacement across multiple regions, driven by violence, economic collapse, and environmental stress. Millions now live in protracted displacement, neither able to return home nor fully integrate elsewhere. This creates pressure on host countries, humanitarian agencies, and political systems. Migration is not a temporary crisis. It is a structural global challenge. How nations respond will define political stability in the years ahead. Amid rising tensions, December 2025 also featured quieter developments: back-channel diplomacy, regional mediation efforts, incremental confidence-building measures. Not every peace process makes headlines, but history shows that many breakthroughs begin quietly, long before formal agreements are announced. The challenge is sustainability. Peace requires political will, economic incentives, and security guarantees, all difficult to maintain in fragmented geopolitical environments. Taken together, December 2025's crises reveal three key trends likely to define 2026. First, fragmentation. Power is dispersed, conflicts are localized but interconnected. Second, complexity. Security, economics, and migration are inseparable. Third, volatility. Small events can trigger disproportionate consequences. This environment rewards preparedness and punishes complacency. International crises are no longer distant problems. They affect energy prices, trade routes, political stability, human security. Understanding them requires context, depth, and continuous analysis, not just breaking news. This is why global awareness matters. For global markets, incidents like this act as stress tests. They reveal how quickly confidence can shift when political action intersects with essential commodities. Even when physical supply remains stable, uncertainty alone can influence prices, investment decisions, and long-term contracts. Diplomatically, the seizure also forces third-party nations to reassess their positions. Silence can be interpreted as compliance, while resistance carries its own risks. In this sense, the tanker seizure becomes more than a bilateral dispute. It becomes a signal, one that reshapes expectations, behavior, and calculations across the global energy system. December 2025 reminded us that global stability cannot be taken for granted. Crises often emerge quietly, long before they dominate headlines. Staying informed means looking beyond the obvious, connecting patterns, and understanding consequences. For in-depth analysis on global conflicts, geopolitical risk, migration trends, visit nexusinsight.org. Subscribe.